Alright, what's going on everyone out there on YouTube? NES Ruler, and welcome to a brand new review. And this time around, we'll be checking out a film that was sent to me reviewed by Radiance, and you can pick this up on Blu-ray at all your favorite online retailers. It is a film from the year 1975, from Italy. It is the crime whodunit, The Sunday Woman. So this is a really interesting whodunit kind of a film. It has a little bit of a giallo aspect sprinkled into it. It's not a full-fledged giallo. It's more of like a whodunit Agatha Christie kind of a narrative. But basically, we follow this housewife of this very wealthy man and her gay friend. And they get accused of murdering this famous architect with a giant wooden dildo, pretty much. It's a huge phallic symbol. And they get accused of murdering this guy, and the rest of the film plays out as, like I said, as a whodunit, as we follow this detective as he investigates this murder and tracks down the killer. And along the way, there's a lot of twists and turns that you expect in many of the whodunit kind of narratives. Now, this film is kind of progressive for the time because, like I said at the beginning, there is a gay character in this film. And the relationship that he plays out with his boyfriend, who, one of them, his boyfriend wants to be open about their relationship, and our main character wants to be, running around being quiet about it. So, but it's played completely straight. It's a completely not jokingly at all kind of relationship that you usually see gay characters play in the mid-1970s in films. It's a completely straight gay relationship, and it's quite shocking to see for the time that we could have those kind of characters in movies, because a lot of the times, this movie, it does have a lot of derogatory terms towards these characters. It's not aged well in any sense of the imagination in terms of its dialogue towards these characters, but the fact that it's played straight, it's really interesting. So the detective just goes around and he interviews all these people, and he starts to put the pieces together about who killed this architect with a giant wooden dildo. And that's basically your story. This movie has a lot of characters, a lot of really interesting characters. The housewife is interesting. She kind of builds a little bit of a relationship with the detective. The gay couple is really interesting. The boyfriend is trying to prove that his boyfriend who's being accused of the crime is innocent. And then we have a bunch of other really quirky, strange characters sprinkled throughout the movie. So the movie definitely is fun. It's a funny movie. There's sometimes in this film that I laughed out loud. Like I said, some of the dialogue hasn't aged well, but that's just the period that we were dealing with. Like I said, they sprinkle in some giallo kind of moments with the kills throughout this film, and it's super interesting. So this film was shot to be a 4:3 aspect ratio. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be aired on TV or whatnot, but it was shot in a 4:3 aspect ratio. And then the director of photography, the DP, decided to shoot it in a more normal 1.781 kind of aspect ratio. And that's what's cool about this disc. It includes both aspect ratios. When you go to the menu and you choose what aspect ratio you want, they explain that the producers prefer the 4:3 aspect ratio, and the cinematographer, of course, prefers the 1.78.1 aspect ratio, a more normal kind of aspect ratio. And that's the one I chose. What do producers know about anything? I'm listening to the artistic people who make these movies and what they want. Who gives a shit what the producers want. If they want it in a 4:3, that's why you want to watch it. It's on here, but I watched it in 1.78.1, which is, like I said, the more normal aspect ratio. So it's really cool. This is the kind of stuff that you get with Indicator, where they put these kind of added features to their releases. You get stuff like that. And the back has the original poster art, all the suspects and the murder weapons and things like that. Really an interesting movie. Montecore did the soundtrack. Really great soundtrack, like always, like he always does. And then your disc, and then you have the reversible cover art. And then usually with these Radiance films, you get a nice colored booklet. Let's see, there's the hilarious phallic symbol, which is, or what you like to say, the murder weapon. So it's just a really progressive, interesting film for the time. You know, other countries besides us were always pushing the boundaries when it came with, you know, more interesting and acceptable characters. And this one does it again. So I had a good time with it. If you like, you know, I'm going to say it, like Knives Out, which is a hugely popular 2 films, then you're probably going to enjoy this film. If you're more into like the Giallo Argento, crazy kind of films, then you're probably not going to like this one too much. But you do have a little bit of gore, and you do have some nudity and things like that you usually see in those kind of movies. So it's a little bit of both. I had a good time with it. The transfer looks really great. I watched a little bit of the 4:3. It looks just as good as the full screen 1781 aspect ratio. So it looks good. Let's talk about the features. Features are always on this little slip of paper, not on the back. So it's a little really tiny font. So apologize as I go through this. So like I said, you have the original aspect ratio as well as the widescreen presentation. Then you have the mono PCM audio. You got a newly interview with a film critic, academic Italian cinema kind of film scholar. Interesting featurette, like 25 minutes long. Really interesting. All these indicator releases have some sort of like 20-25 minute feature with film scholars talking about the films. Love those kind of featurettes. I wish more studios, more companies would do those. Those are really great. Then you got some archival interviews with the DP, and then the screenwriter who discusses the film, and then some French TV interviews, the trailers, and the rest of the info is in this really nice booklet, like I said. So just another really nice release here from Radiance. I would recommend it. You guys check it out. Check out some of their other films. They're an up-and-coming label here in the States that I feel like more people should check out. So that is my review of The Sunday Woman. If you guys like this review, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESRuler22. Hope everybody is doing well, and I shall talk to you guys soon. See you guys.